Something that I regret personally about Derby specifically, being that it was the first phase, I am definitely very observant. I like to take a step back, stay fairly introverted initially, and watch and understand the, kind of different people that I have in my squad, in my platoon, and figure out how I can best fit within that group. Um, but this put me at a disadvantage initially, um, because when we had done our halfway point peer evals, we kind of I'm not sure if this is consistent for all the companies, but at least in Seco, um, they gave us time on our Derby refit day in between our first FTX and second FTX, to where we sat down with our platoon. We sat down with our squads aside from all the other squads, and we were able to just talk one by one. One person stands up, and each of the people give feedback. And um, the thing that I got from everybody was that you're we can tell you're an asset, but you're being a gray man right now. We don't know what you can provide, but we see glimpses of it, and we want you to take a more developed role, a stronger presence within the squad, and share some of the knowledge that you have, because especially for a lot of the enlisted guys, when they get that upward class, it's like deer in the headlights. Is a lot oftentimes their first time seeing the majority of the information covered. And now as officers, we are able to, it's a lot for us too, but we're able to understand and process all of the new things differently. And so volunteering for PEs and being able to show as a squad leader that you know what's happening and you can describe that what's happening, because when you're in that squad leader role, people are more apt to ask you questions, or just being on security and being very vocal about, hey, I'm more than happy to help explain this stuff. I understand it. I can share it with you. Getting to know people on a more personal level when you're with them in that strong pointed position, having a stronger presence as a whole was something that I failed to do, and it almost bit me because of it. I ended up with a 69 on my peers in Derby. Luckily, though, we carry the same squad going into mountains, and I was able to have much more confidence getting to know my squad, knowing my role in the squad, and volunteering for things. Volunteering to carry, volunteering to be a team leader, volunteering to be the person who is tasked with things so that others don't have to. Because your squad is always going to be tasked with some part of the order or something that has to be done within the patrol base, something along those lines. So, being someone who is an asset, not necessarily a yes man, because you have to balance, but being an asset to the squad and putting yourself out there as a knowledgeable individual helps leaps and bounds. And so, doing a lot of the individual things, and putting myself out there more, getting out of my comfort zone, is another one, because I was very much so trying to stay within my comfort zone because of how uncomfortable I was during Derby. And then in mountains, I was more comfortable with the individuals around me, more comfortable with being uncomfortable, pushing the boundaries, and utilizing a more confident presence. That helped me go from that 69 in peers that I got in Derby to getting an 88 in peers in mountains. And it was just a lot of it had to do with confidence in myself, confidence in my abilities, and confidence in sharing that knowledge with others. And it does go a long way. And the relationships within the squad benefit because of that confidence.